fuck it. Let's see. Apparently that was wrong. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, yeah, so you really don't want your bishop hanging out. Although, I've heard things about... I think it's hanging the last bishop with the entrails of the last vice president for marketing or something like that. And that said, like, that seemed pretty good. Okay, what the hell am I doing here? Got a nice confused position. Got a queen all by her lonesome. And I can attack that queen with this knight, and I'm thinking that might be exactly what I'm meant to be doing here. Because okay, where can this queen even go? That's okay, that square is no good because that pawn covers it. That square is no good because that pawn covers it. That square sucks because my queen covers it. Although then it's a queen trade, and that kind of also sucks. Usually they don't want you to be trading equal value in these things. So I believe what I'm doing here is not that. A queen battery is where you've got a queen paired up with another piece so that they're sort of protecting each other. And it simplifies. You have a better attacking power as a result. Like you can... It's easier to get mate if you have that. Because then the king, for example, can't take whatever is on the front of it. But yeah, if it isn't a women's wrestling organization or a black leather supervillain, it really ought to be. Okay, we've got a road sign. Maybe we get ourselves a route number. Route 3051. One thing I have learned is no matter where you go, the longer the route number, the more insignificant the road. 3051. And how'd we do? 8.1 miles. Not bad for a place where I can't even read the bloody signs. Wow, okay. Doing really well this time. Okay, now we're looking very North American. Very boring. And area speed limit. Okay, so we are in the U.S. We are not in Canada. You can tell. I mean, those are the only two countries in the world that have that shape of speed limit sign, but Canada says maximum because it's the same in French. Yeah, you really can't. They want to make sure you know what country you're in. I think that it would be only fair, honestly, if they also gave you some means of getting the hell out of there. Because, I mean, I'm ODing on the U.S. at this point. I wasn't actually meaning to spend this much fucking time in the U.S. at a stretch. You need to dose your U.S. experience. Okay, limit. Oh, and we've got some kind of panel van offering some sort of service, which may very well have a phone number on it that we cannot see. Oh, FedEx, you're teasing me so. Yeah, 1-800-GO FedEx. 1-800-GO fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of the way so I can see the area code on that goddamn van. Looked like it might have been 716 though, but I couldn't actually say for sure. The side effect warnings on a bottle of USA? Yeah. Oh, hey, we've got a contractor sign. Come on, tradies, give me your area code. Area code. Snow plowing 2529011, no area code. Fuck off. Don't you know that people are playing GeoGuessr based on the clues you provide us? Burger, McMahon, and Co-op. Jackie Burger for State Senate. Okay, doesn't really help me a whole lot. Don't know who Jackie Burger is. Never heard of her. But I see a count. Wait, what was that? Damon. So it's a Ferengi captain. The way I play it, I believe that it's fair game to research anything that you find. So if you find like the name of a company that seems like it might be local, my the way I play this is it's fair game to just look that right up. Buffalo. It's on the way to Toronto, and that's basically all it's got going for it. Attica, Canandaigua. Southwest of Rochester. Okay. Actually lived around the Rochester area for a while when I was like 2. So, hello, Batavia. Okay, now we're looking for Gettsville. Gettsville Road and Copper Heights and bullshit. Pearl Street. Oh, well, there's Main Street. And I know that we end up on Main Street eventually. Bogue Avenue, South Main Street, School Street, Central Avenue, Cone Street, that's Fordham Drive, Manhattan Avenue, Prospect Avenue, Trumbull Parkway, Tully's Good Times. I don't know. I mean, last I heard of Tully, he was turned into some sort of a dog thing and then woke up in the arms of Sigourney Weaver. I guess you'd probably want to live the quiet life southwest of Rochester after that. For 500 meters. Okay, we are in an English-speaking place that goes metric and is left side driving. N2, Port Shepstone, M7. Okay, this is Ireland. Wait, what was it? Port Shepstone? Actually, I'm beginning to think that this is not Ireland. Am I even... Usually you have bilingual signs, so I'm really beginning to think that this really isn't Ireland. Oh, Port Shepstone, there we are. I actually found a thing on one channel that I follow. It was a North Korean program about North Korean comedy, which exists. Like, apparently they even have stand-up. Kabushiki Gaisha Hanai Shoten. Okay, we are in Japan. Shimoichi. Okay. We're in Nara. Been to Nara. Was attacked by deer there. My host family thought it would be good for photos to stick some senbei rice crackers in my pocket and just sort of send me off to greet the deer. And the deer are quite aggressive in Nara. Okay, so we're talking Western Japan. どこなんだろう。始まる。だけど、広島ほど西じゃないだろうな。奈良県。じゃあ、奈良県下市市、鳥栖川、天川、上北山光、五条、橋本市、曽根市、名張、宇田。もう三重県だからしょうがねえ。だけど、五世、五条、橋本、岩出、紀の川。No, they actually have like professional comedians. I was just listing out the town names there, trying to see if I could. I'm trying to find Shimoichi, and so far I am not finding Shimoichi, even though we are in Narakan. We're in the right prefecture, but yeah. No, it's like they have like actors, and apparently they will occasionally like send them to people's workplaces as sort of, I don't know, an incentive or something like that. And you just sort of sit there in the middle of the factory floor, and somebody says, "Take my wife, please." And avoids ever. Well, you can guess what sort of jokes aren't being made on stage in North Korea. And that's the other reason I would be very careful about going there personally, because I'm not very good at. It would probably just I rewrite the lyrics to their songs occasionally, and I might accidentally sing them. Kizu Mihata Igakame Nabari Sanbon Matsu Sakurai Mitsue Sony Shimoichi. Where the fuck? Come on, Shimoichiguchi. Okay. The mouth. Yoshino. Okay, it's in Yoshino, and then it's in Shimoichi District. Takino Toire, a multifunctional toilet. That's a lot of detail they've given us in that map entry. Shimoichi. It turns out Shimoichi is a subdivision of Yoshino District, which is where we are, except Yoshino is not a very centralized sort of place, so figuring out where the hell Shimoichi is within Yoshino becomes somewhat complicated. Shimoichi. Sometimes it's less complicated than you'd think. Shimoichi-cho. Inari Shogenji. Yeah, the whole Nara area is full of amazing and ancient shrines, some of which have extremely aggressive deer. Sod it. Say it's somewhere around there. Right inside Tokyo. The swastikas in that direction means Those are shrines. Well, the trouble with Japanese streets is most of them don't have names, and the addresses, the house numbers, don't actually mean a whole lot most of the time. So unless you have a very, very specific landmark in mind, it's very difficult to narrow it down. Yeah, and yes, the map, there was one that was in Japanese, it says multifunctional toilet. At a fairly low level of zoom as well. You know, in case you're just trying to find one in the entire prefecture. Okay, we've got crappy motorway. Johnny Cash Trail. How many of those could there possibly be in the world? Okay, so the Johnny Cash Trail. See, I could just Google that, but I want to see if I can get a little bit closer before I do that, because I know I'm going to get exactly where that is, and that gets boring quickly. So we know, in any way, we're in the U.S., and there's a Johnny Cash Trail, and there's a Green Valley Training Center, which is surrounded with barbed wire. So I'm guessing that's the sort of training center you're committed to. California Prison Industry Authority. Folsom. Okay. That's basically all I need. Well, I mean, in Japan, I have to say, the ones you find in people's homes, they have all sorts of fucking functions. I mean, like, there's a whole, like, control panel, like you're in the captain's chair on the Enterprise, and it kind of rocks. Oh no, it is highly stable, but it will occasionally spray water up your ass. Foothill generator. Pleasant Grove. Half dead, that's cheery. Well, I mean, it's California. Everything's done in CGI these days in California. I mean, and what they can't do on CGI for California, they shoot it in Vancouver. So actually, all of California is either Gastown or East Hastings. Oh, and look, Hastings Drive. See, that's what I'm saying. Green Valley Training Center. Johnny Cash Trail Overcrossing. Got it. $168 yards. Apparently Andrew Sullivan is doing shit again. Really, did we need an Andrew Sullivan? I'm really quite confused. I mean, I think society has progressed beyond the need for an Andrew Sullivan. I think in this time when finally nature has recognized that Prince Philip Schleswig-Holstein Glücksburg Arschloch, whatever the fuck, it may not strictly be necessary to human survival. I think, it would be nice if nature would take Andrew Sullivan too. I mean, we really didn't need more than one professional gay white supremacist at a time. Sponsor of Arkansas anti-trans bill says kids might identify as cats, which so that's a thing that you just were made aware of.
mañana hasta la cacha, con menos tiempo libre y menos vacaciones, aceptando por temor las condiciones de patrones. Así que no dejes que nadie te engañe, no es un tema de recursos sino de clases sociales. Con igualdad el sistema entero tiembla y es solo por eso que a la cancha no la nivelan. El pueblo decide hasta dónde llega esto, si se resuelve en la calle o el Congreso. Y si mañana fracasa la mesa, recuerden quienes les metieron falsa promesa. Ustedes tienen en jaque a los que nos rajan, no los dejen librar por un par de migajas. Acá van a empezar a hablar de consenso, pero esto es mucho más que peso más y peso menos. Se ha recuperado tanto en dignidad en estos días, pero no se ha ganado
Que
nada
Piñera
todavía.
promulgue su ley migratoria mañana, domingo, en Iquique, es un acto político simbólico a repudiar cuando ha estado castigando a tanta gente incolchable. Oye, abatonado por todo un país, busca atraer con una ley racista para conseguir la adhesión de los chilenos. So, Chilean dictator Piñera has decided that having tried every other horrible thing, he's going to see if he can, at the very least, get the Nazis on his side, though they kind of already were, with a racist anti-immigrant law to replace the current immigration law, which was imposed by Pinochet. So, Piñera is, as always, having a normal one. Let's do another of these. Okay. Now, so we've got an endgame puzzle. Okay, so if I take this, king takes, and I push, and either that captures or it captures that. Okay. It's always nice when it turns out you've actually thought it out several moves more than Puzzle Rush expects you to. Usually, I find that I've worked it out for less. Okay, we got a nice little smothered mate here. Irrelevantly also forking the queen. Yeah, okay, back rank mate, captures. And what have we got here? It takes, check. Okay. Now, the obvious thing would be to just play here. Okay, if I do that, where exactly could the king go? King can't go here. Can't go there. Obviously can't go there. Or there. Or there. Or, for that matter, there or there. So there's only one square for the king to go to, and then I can just move the queen again, and I think that's mate. Oh, okay, I can go there. Got the move count right. Okay, I'm gonna fork the rook. some more people that I'm here, since at the moment I'm not exactly the most visible Twitch stream going on. Okay, so we're gonna have mate in 2. Okay, so this knight is hanging, but let me see, is there anything better? If I go here, okay, bishop to d4 would be check, and king would probably go here or here, at which point I can either come back with the, okay. Oh. Yeah, once again, it's always gratifying when the Puzzle Rush computer plays worse moves than you had planned for. And what I'm playing here, incidentally, is one of the best political rappers in Chile. This is Subverso. And this is a song about the first student uprising of the secondary students back, what was this, 2011? Or was this before that? It might have even been the 2006 one. But anyway, after having been viciously attacked by the military police during a march, then Education Minister Mónica Jiménez, this student by the name of María Música Sepúlveda, she was attacked during this march, and the then Education Minister, Mónica Jiménez, she had some sort of a town hall kind of thing, and so Música decided to raise the issue of the violence against the student protesters, and she basically just told her to fuck off. And so Música chucked an entire jug of ice water in her face and was honored with this lovely song here. A ver. Oscar Waldons. Hola. Bueno. Si ya estáis casi dormido, entonces veniste al lugar adecuado, porque, bueno, un stream donde no hay nadie. Yo estoy solo como Piñera sin Zorrillo ni guanaco. Oh, ¿cómo se canta ese tema de mierda de Arjona? Oh, sí, Biden. Sí, el segundo Trump. El Trump parte 2. Fuerzas especiales. Sí, el weón... ¿cachai? Que sacó un decreto para imponer, bueno, así salió en los medios, que el decreto paró todas las expulsiones de gente durante los primeros 100 días. Pero si leí el texto de la weá, resulta que, bueno, que el Servicio Nacional de Migraciones no debe expulsar a nadie, excepto, salvo que quiera expulsarlo. O sea, solo pueden expulsar a la gente que quieren expulsar. Así de chanta es el weón. Es como la prohibición de la tortura que sacó Obama, diciendo que la tortura solo se iba a permitir en caso de seguridad nacional. Pero weón, esa fue la justificación de un comienzo. Y mientras tanto, la tortura en esa época ya era ilegal. Todavía es ilegal. Nunca se ha derogado las leyes que lo prohíban. Pero bueno, así es la weá. Pero lo bueno es que Biden es un chanta que no es tan capaz de venderla. No es tan capaz. Bueno, no es vendedor de pomada tan competente como Obama. Porque todo el mundo lo conoce y nadie lo quiere. Es como un Guillermo. Un Frey. Es como un Frey, más bien. O un Aylwin. Todo el mundo ya lo conoce, nadie lo quiere. Todo el mundo lo conoce por chanta, por facho, por Perkin de la banca y bueno, de las empresas de tarjeta y crédito. Y por racista. Son las weas que lleva haciendo durante más de 40 años. Weón, este weón lleva más tiempo en la política que yo en el planeta. Yo nací en 79. Y este weón empezó a hacer política, entró para oponerse al movimiento de derechos civiles de la época, a comienzos creo de los 70. O sea que este weón lleva más tiempo en la política. El weón lleva más tiempo en la... el weón ya era congresista antes del Pinocho, creo. Así de largo es el prontuario de este culiao. Así que no es así, porque Obama, bueno, la ventaja que tenía Obama desde el punto de vista propagandístico, era que simplemente nadie lo conocía. Era un político estatal de Illinois y allá sí se conocía un poco, sobre todo en Chicago. Pero la realidad es que nadie lo conocía realmente a nivel nacional. No tiene cómo manejar una avanzada militar relevante. Bueno, sí, es cierto. Bueno, lo que pasa es que todo el mundo anda como cicoñeando con eso de que Trump no había invadido a nadie. Pero el problema es que incluso los milicos norteamericanos tienen sus límites, po. Ya tienen 2 ocupaciones militares de envergadura, como 5 guerras más de menor envergadura, pero igual de sangrienta. Si quieren invadir otro país, si quieren, figúrate un país como Venezuela, donde la gente sabe defenderse, donde hay un ejército, donde hay milicias populares, toda esa guá. Tendrían que retirar la tropa o de Irak o de Afganistán. Y ni cagando lo van a hacer. Porque ahora ya es cuestión, bueno, de carrera G. Entraron invadieron por ladrones y ahora se quedan por puros careraja. Estos hueones. Y cachaste, la señora de Biden fue a un encuentro del sindicato de trabajadores agrícolas, United Farm Workers, que es un sindicato emblemático y también de mucha relevancia para el Partido Demócrata. Y bueno, es un sindicato mayoritariamente hispanoparlante. Y así y tiene como lema "sí se puede". Y hay un video de la Jill Biden allá haciendo su discurso y para terminarlo dice: "Y ahora sí que se puede decir". Y intenta decir "sí se puede" y le sale como "sí se puede". La dura, puedes buscar. Carabineros de Chile. Dentro de cada guanaco hay un arco iris potencial. Pero los hueones ni siquiera saben manejar su imagen. Sí, no eres el primero en decírmelo tampoco. Porque, bueno, la mayor parte de la gente que conozco en Santiago, vos lo conocís también, creo. Y todo el mundo me dice que es una weá que no han visto, no han vivido antes. Que se parece realmente a los 80. Y yo una vez incluso saqué la cuenta para ver cuál era el promedio mensual, como a partir de 1980 hasta hasta después del plebiscito, hasta el Elwinazo. Y resulta que después de desde la revuelta del 2019, la represión en lo estadístico supera con crece el promedio mensual de asesinatos y tortura de la dictadura durante los 80. Sobre todo en materia de tortura, allá es varias veces más el promedio mensual de la tortura que durante la última década de Pinochet. Sí, sí, el Tribunal Supremo hace poco dijo que el recurso de protección no procede en caso de que los pacos violen los derechos constitucionales o alguna weá. O sea que ahora realmente sí que se mandan solos. Es una abdicación total. Incluso en tiempo de dictadura, no sea, bueno, hay una sentencia en que sí hubo una abdicación así, pero siempre se jactaron harto los jueces de la dictadura de que el imperio del derecho se mantuvo durante todo el tiempo, porque los jueces se mantuvieron en sus puestos. Y hoy en día parece que o no pueden o no quieren y ni siquiera quieren disimular ese hecho. Es realmente... Ugh. Si una amiga recién hace una semana me dijo: "Mira que yo tengo más miedo de que me maten los pacos que la corona". I see there's one other person here already. In fact, we've reached the maximum number of people I've ever actually live streamed to, with 2 counting myself, since I keep an eye on this to back rank mank, mate. Well, it was a manky position. This is out because so we can't go here. We can take, and either the pawn or the rook is going to take back. Right now this queen is hanging, so I think I do need to do something about that. Am I just taking that queen? And if so, what the fuck do I do after that? Because that's just a queen trade. I see, so if I go here, then alright, what have we got here? So if we take, the king takes and is exposed. Where can the king move? If I then go take the second rook and move to h1, King's in check again. Can't move here because it's guarded by the bishop. Can't move here because it's guarded by the pawn. Can't move here because of the rook. So then the only move actually blocking mate at that point is going to be rook g5. And so I can just take the rook and it's mate. Or maybe I don't even have to think it out that far, because it's already over. Okay. That sucked. And... okay, Van Geet. I'm getting the Van Geet a lot. Okay, men Suomeen. Itä-Suomi. Rauma. Rauma. There we are, Rauma. Oh, Punta Arenas too. Yeah, there have been... things are heating up again in the fight to get rid of Piñera. Who has decided, since he has his wonderful single-digit approval rating, to see if he could possibly get it a little bit lower by trying to go to the Constitutional Court to stop people being able to take out another % of what they've got in their bogus private pension schemes because everybody's skint because of coronavirus, and because the fact is the economy of the country is great for roughly 3 neighborhoods in the entire country and shit for everybody else. So, all the way down in Punta Arenas, that's practically Antarctica. Protests in Plaza de la Dignidad in Santiago. That's practically a given. The dock workers and the miners are out on indefinite strike until Piñera either leaves or is kicked out one way or another. Okay, let's play a live game. Jorge, de Chile, pues. ¿Cómo está ahí, weón? A ver. Si nos viene con la jugada de siempre, pronto va a sacar ese alfil hacia C5 y meter el caballo allá en G4, y entonces, bueno, lo voy a cagar a palo, por. Sí, es de Conce. Siempre he escuchado cosas buenas, puras cosas buenas de Conce. No he tenido hasta ahora la oportunidad de visitar la ciudad, pero bueno, la costa está ahí, el pebre es picante y también ahí hay el periódico Resumen, que es súper bueno y bueno, dicho sea de paso, yo traduzco de vez en cuando sus artículos al inglés. Chucha. Voy a tener que meter mi alfil en situación de subdesarrollo porque su caballo está actuando como como el FMI. Me ha subdesarrollado el puto alfil. Esto, weón. Ah, si insiste, weón. Ven que no estaré desactivado, no me habrán descontinuado. Por Concepción, júntame la costanera donde el yogi enseña rhythm and blues y la mamá. Concepción, octava región, mi solución empieza en Concepción. Santo pulmón, trágico el aviador, mi religión empieza en Concepción. Los boletos solo ida para mí, para la Cecilia, por si nos sacan cagando esta vez. Me duermo con el sonido de casero, la amplificada por un grito furibundo de mujer. Represión, fuerza sin razón, mi solución pasa por represión. Oye, weón, llévate otro cargador. Mi religión se llama represión. Ah, ok. Ahora está atadito tu caballo. Pero no realmente. Ah, esto. Ya cagué. Voy a tener que ver cómo arreglo este asunto. Primero me voy a sacar ese peoncito. Bueno, primero voy a encontrar un lugar un poco más seguro para mi dama. Nom nom. Okay, dann wechseln wir einfach mal die Sprache. Ja, okay. Die Übersetzung der Gedichte. Ja, also Gedichte ganz allgemein jetzt oder geht's um irgendwelche ganz konkreten Gedichte oder also das ist auf jeden Fall ein verdammt kompliziertes Thema, das sage ich jetzt mal. Denn, ja, also ich habe das sogar mal selber versucht, aber meistens muss man das einfach mal, also wie man das so schön sagt, einfach nachdichten. Denn, ja, also anders ist das halt. Also, die Übersetzung ist zwar sprachlich richtig, klingt aber voll kacke. Und das ist ja also, das ist ja echt also eins der kompliziertesten Themen, die es überhaupt gibt beim Übersetzen. Und was will er denn damit? Ich habe irgendwo im Regal die japanische Version von Goethes Faust rumliegen. Inspiration, Harmonie. Okay. Det veien und någonsteds var det finns inspiration och harmoni och vi ska få veta inspiration och harmoni och var finns det 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 finns icke mera Onsala. Trollhättan. Trollhättan, det... För mig hördes namn Trollhättan som en del av New York som deras komplett till trollarna. Trollhättan. Yes. Streaming Elite Dangerous, is that like sort of one step above business class dangerous? Like, what kind of miles do you get when you're with Elite Dangerous? And yeah, he is low-hanging fruit, but on the other hand, he has such ridiculous mannerisms, and he is, I insist on this, John Stossel's fursona. And as gratified as I am, the fact that apparently we have outlived John Stossel's career at this point, because every time I mention his name, people are like, who's that? I mean, that's kind of tempered by the fact that the assholes who come after him are just so much worse. God, I mean... But his mannerisms, though! It is so totally John Stossel in 2020. Listening to working class people be reasonable and going, give me a break. I can't do the fucking voice. That's probably a good thing that I can't get my voice to be quite that irritating. I can certainly shout it out, but I'm not sure if I can pronounce it. Is that Sugondese? Or Sugondese? Sugandese? Where is your hometown? Hello, Light. Thank you for joining us. And... Okay, now I'm going to have to look this up. Geographical things that I don't know about, I have to find out more. Okay. Oh, fuck off. Oh, that's cute. Yes. Oh, that's... Yes, that's terribly... That's very droll. And completely thwarted by the fact that I'm so insistent on getting the correct pronunciation of things and immediately thought that that had to be someplace in southern Italy. Yes, this is enlightening. This thing is starting to do a segment in this thing. Oh yeah, I know. That was where everybody remembers hating him. That's where he went to be hated back in those days. Then I think he went over to Fox News, and like, and then he just sort of disappeared in a hail of Ben Shapiro and Stephen Molyneux and other assholes who managed to make him look almost kind of, well, actually still fairly an asshole. I mean, he was what we had instead of PragerU back in those days. And he sucked worse. He found a way, and now he's reincarnated as Caleb Maupin, the Nazbol ghoul, Lil Nazbol as I call him, who always looks like he's filming in an aeroplane toilet. I don't know what the hell it is with the angle he's using. It's like he's on Apollo 13 or something. And Houston's about to have one less problem once he takes off and doesn't come back. Northern Ohio. I can't talk. I'm from Southern Ohio. All sorts of fucked up shit. Everything's fucked up here. We've got like a couple of decent areas where it isn't just straight up a combination of just white supremacy and fundamentalism, and then there's just all the rest of it. But we also have an abandoned subway, because abandoning public transport is projects that sound promising is sort of the Cincinnati trademark. I was thinking of doing a segment on here occasionally, since there's a full stream and an archived stream of every day's North Korean every day's North Korean television broadcast, the full broadcast, doing a thing where I go through the bit where they say what's coming up. So that people can know what they're probably not missing all that much. 시간 채서 무슨 일이야? Yeah. These buildings are interesting. This does not look... It's like... They're sort of as boring as North America, these buildings. And yet, they're way too orderly, somehow. They're all very perfectly rectangular. There's not much of a verge. What am I looking at? Okay, this is a cute indicator. Have we got... Tomari. We're in Japan. I was just about to say, the lack of a verge. That sounds like a residential area in Japan. Well, yes. And then you get... I mean, my favorite thing was that when the CEO of Gab started complaining about all the Nazis that they had there, and it's like, I mean, you founded the place as Nazi Twitter, where they could go, and you're surprised that you ended up with a fucking social media service full of the worst people. Tick. Roundabouts. Streets in not very good shape. Amazon needs to be broken up. Or, I mean, on a certain level, it's like it's almost kind of practical that all of the things are ending up in the possession of few enough capitalists that you could fit them in like a passenger lift, because it means when it comes time to just take the shit over, we don't have to knock on anywhere near as many doors as we would have 20, 30 years ago. It's like, yeah, just wait for Jeff to swallow up even more of this stuff. Like, hey, Jeff, yeah, we're taking it back. I'm thinking this is Britain, except these detached houses are kind of throwing me off a bit. And the fact that I'm not really seeing any signs indicating which side anyone's driving on. But like that roundabout design there, that's very much something I remember all over the place in Britain. Like that. Actually, it would be funny if this is the way to Cardiff Airport. Which it could be. Yeah, I mean, it's so fucking nondescript. Okay. Oh, we got a sign, and that looks British. Bestwood Estate Community Centre, Gainsford Crescent. Yes, we are in Britain. There's just something about the shitty infrastructure, the roundabouts, and the uninspiring council architecture that says Brit. Oh, it turns out it's Nottingham, and one of the results you get when you look up Bestwood Estate is Bestwood Estate riots. Okay, Nottingham. Gains anything down? I go to Nottingham. I actually shot a little debate video in Nottingham several years ago about whether there was any point in dedicating any energy to Corbyn back when he was new. And I got condescended by an old Labour Party bureaucrat, local, about how I was too structuralist for suggesting that actually, even if you put him in there, the party is going to basically carry on as normal, and if he tries to do anything decent, they'll fight him at every turn, and he will eventually stop trying to do anything decent. And yeah, my take on that aged pretty well, actually. The Bestwood Estate, it sounds like some sort of country stately home in a porno. Okay. And that's what I said. I said, you know, if you're going to spend a couple of minutes voting for him as leader, go ahead. It probably doesn't do any harm. But there was just no fucking point in wasting any further time, because to the extent that he had any inclination at all to even do anything, the only way that was going to be possible is if there was such a huge fucking independent working class organization going on. You know, if people were struggling independently to such a degree that they just, you know, concessions had to be made. And the thing is, before Corbyn showed up, that was actually going on. And what's interesting is now he's off the scene and Labour's gone back to just sort of happily dancing their way towards complete irrelevancy under the great leadership of Keir Starmer. I mean, honestly, I've said, I mean, maybe, yeah, for all I know, he's a communist sleeper agent trying to neutralize them as a vector of recuperation. And, I mean, if he were one, he certainly wouldn't do anything any differently, because he's, like, turning everybody who actually likes the Labour Party, who's inclined to support it, who off. And I think it's wonderful. I think that's a big part of why there's this militancy, again, that we haven't seen in years, around the giving the police kind of absolute power bill. Oh, but the infrastructure's better. See, you can tell we're no longer in Britain, because the streets don't look like they've just been, like, smashed by tanks or something. Like American-style infrastructure. Yeah, okay, so We're in some rather, actually, fairly pretty French country place